Today I'm going to show you guys how to use Pages, which is another option for how you can write your essays. Now, if you check our Canvas page, you'll see in the important information or the year-long information a template for MLA format, and you can easily make a copy of it. It's view only, but you can make a copy if you click that. So as you know, I have my apps and folders. So Pages is going to be in my Apple folder, and then I just scroll to find it. And then I can create a new template. So on the top right, I click the plus sign, and you can actually see that there are templates. And if you look under reports, the research paper looks pretty close to MLA format, but I want to, well, let's click on it and see what happens. I was going to show you how to use it from scratch, but we can do it from here. Under the more options, you can see that the paper is divided into sections, and this is the header section. For MLA format, you don't need anything in the top left, so I deleted it. In the top right, you have the page number, which is already there, and your last name goes before it with a space. You can see the space right there. So that's really important. Now our paper is formatted with the heading, so that's good. And so we can see this is how it would look, and we're done. You can see that it's already in MLA format. You have your name at the top. My name would go where instructor's name is, course title, and then actually the date is incorrect. It should be like 4 August 2020. Okay, then I'm going to put that down. You can also see that I decided to show you the ruler, and if you click the little button that's to the right of documents, you can see view options, and the ruler comes up as highlighted, so that means you can use the ruler, which is really helpful for hanging indentations. You put the report name there. It's always important to have a title, and you can see that it's all double spaced. Now, how do we get it to be double spaced? So this actually italicized everything because we don't want it, but if you click it and click the paintbrush, you can go to line spacing and make it double spaced. So that's how you can do that. You can make bullets and lists. You can align it left, center, or right. Hint, you want it line center. You want 12-point font, and you don't need to worry about bolding, italicizing, underlining, or strike through. We don't want Helvetica. We are Times New Roman. That's how we roll in English class because that is MLA format. So you click it and then you'll get that font. Okay. In fact, we can update body to be MLA format so that it would be like that forever. Yay! If you ever have a block quote, they actually did it. It's the center thing right here. You can see that when I click it, it's already used the ruler to indent it on another inch, and that's how you block quote. So anyhow, so you can see that's the report. However, although this is a good start, besides the fact that we need all of it in Times New Roman 12-point font, which I'm not going to do for you right now, we do need to add another page. So I bring up the keyboard and I click that backwards P in black, and I click page break. And you can see it already has an automatic last name page 2. Next to that backwards P on the right of my keyboard, you see that it's aligned left. In order to make a works cited, I want it to be center. And then I type in works cited. I click enter, and now I want it aligned left. If you look at the ruler right now, you can see that it's already, the triangle and the rectangle make the indentation as you would for a normal paragraph, and we don't want that. So I'm going to click the triangle and drag it to 1.5. It automatically moved the rectangle to 2, and we don't want that. We want that all the way back on 1. And that is how you do a hanging indentation in Pages, and which is what you need for MLA format. You also have all of the keyboard functionality as in Google Docs. So if, for instance, I wanted to do the money sign, That's on the D key. I'm going to swipe down from the top to the bottom, and that's how I get the money sign. So that's how you can use all the symbols without going to other places. If you click the AA, you can again change your font size or make things bold, italicized, or underline. I would recommend doing italicizing. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At the bottom, you can push your cursor down so that you can get rid of the keyboard. Again, we have the sections here. You can do a table of contents, which we don't need. The undo button is to the right of that. You can also rename research paper. If you tap on research paper, you can rename it. The paintbrush is an interesting tool. You have to highlight whatever you're going to do, and then you can click paintbrush, and you can change the font, the color, make it a bullet or list, change the spacing, etc. And the plus sign, this could be useful for math. You have 4 options. You can do tables, and you can change how the table looks. You will not need this in my class, but you might need it in your other classes. Again, you can do different graphs and even make them interactive. There are so many features. You could do 3D. Woo! These were not available when I was a kid, so I guess math is a lot more cool than I thought. You also have shapes for making a comic book if you wanted to, geometry for your geometry teachers, objects, animals, nature. There's tons of pictures that you can choose from. Ornaments. Whoa. So yeah, you could design all kinds of cool things. This could be really useful in your Spanish or Navajo classes to make the paper look really cool for like a project. You can even have recorded audio, take a picture, etc. So the plus sign gives you a lot. The little person allows you to share with people. If you want to share with me, I'm not sure what you have available to you in terms of apps. We're not using Google Classroom, but I would choose to mail it to me or use Outlook. You could also just copy and paste it. And then the 3 horizontal dots also give you a share option. You could add people or tags. I'm fairly sure you can add me via email, or you could do Canvas or Notes and share via Notes. The export function is important. So Pages saves it as a .pages. We don't want that. We want to export it to Word. That's what you're going to want to do because that's how you're going to submit it to Canvas. So make sure you do that. And then I just click the left button to go back. You can print it. Document setup is how you can show headers and footers. You always want them on. And in order to go back to the first thing I showed you guys, you click more options, and that's how you can do page numbers. So you can like click that top right, if I can click, and then the paintbrush, header and footer, line spacing 1. I know there's I think it just comes up automatically when you first do it. Maybe it's because, oh yeah, if you click here, for instance, page numbers comes and you can click it and choose to do page numbers. So that's how you do page numbers. So that was under document setup. You can publish it to Apple Books, which is another way that you can export it. And if you ever have a question for how to do something, you can go to Pages Help. You can also use Apple Settings or Apple Pencil on that. So this is how to use Pages in a nutshell, which is an alternative to Google Docs. One benefit for Pages is if you don't have internet, you can work on Pages and then copy and paste everything into Google Docs. And then Google Docs will automatically be formatted for submitting to Canvas. Unfortunately, I think in order to submit to Canvas, you have to download to your iPad and then upload it to Canvas, which is a pain, but you take what you have, right? And that is how you use Pages.